Prodigy, a spooky horror movie that no one will be talking about in a month from now. Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie The Prodigy. Yes, this movie stars Taylor Schilling from Orange is the New Black, and this movie is directed by McCarthy, a guy who's directed a lot of horror films that I have not seen yet, like The Pact and Holidays. Very mixed reviewed films, but hey, he's got another horror film that went to theaters, that actually went to theaters near me, so I can actually see one of his films. So yeah, there's that. And yes, the story of this movie is about a woman named Sarah, and she has to basically take care of her son Miles, and some crazy shit starts happening. Her son starts behaving very oddly and stuff, and she thinks a dark force is taking over the body of her son. So basically she has to investigate everything that's happening and what's happening to her son, and the more and more she investigates and dives deeper into what's happening to her son, the more disturbing the film gets and stuff. It's a lot like sort of like a Omen sort of story mixed with a couple other things, and yeah, we have our horror film, The Prodigy, and honestly, it's not that great. This movie could have been really great, could have been really scary. I was about to say funny. I'm like, no, that's not funny. That's a comedy, not a horror. So it could have been really scary, really intense. If it was just, executed properly. There's a lot of predictable scares, a lot of jump scares, and honestly, it's building to something, and it's very obvious what the film is building towards, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're building? Like, when the ending climax happened, and it shows you what this whole movie's all about, I'm like, yeah, I knew that. Is that it? Like, that was the build-up? Like, that was a bit of a weak-ass payoff, but it's not very scary. This movie could have been really tension-filled and a little creepy. There are a couple scenes here and there that the little kid says some really fucked up shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little weird and stuff. A couple scenes with him, like, the little kid does an okay job of being creepy and stuff. He's no Damien from The Omen, but he does at times some pretty creepy shit, and yeah, again, he's no Lulu Wilson again from Ouija Origin of Evil or something like that, or Linda Blair. But he does some creepy shit, says some creepy shit. I'm like, okay, that was a little weird and fucked up. But, again, just where they went with the story, where they went with this big reveal and shit, it was super obvious. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was a little predictable. And Taylor Schilling is a great actress, and she actually is very good. I was rooting for her, and I wanted to see her, like, find out the truth about her son and everything. I thought she gave a pretty good performance. It's just the film, I don't know, it's like, it's not scary. The score is very predictable. It's a very typical horror score. It's like horror cues with the poof, and like when someone touches someone and it goes, like the typical horror movie cue scores, and like, yeah, very predictable shit and stuff. The editing was also a little bit off at times. There's a couple of scenes I'm like, oh wait, that wasn't supposed to be there, but now it's over there. And then, oh, that didn't really piece well together, and I'm like, oh, I thought that person was doing this thing, but now they're doing this thing. I'm like, I don't know. It was a little choppy at times, and I don't know, I didn't like where the story was going. It starts off really good. I'll say this. The movie opens pretty promising, and I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of like this. I'm kind of digging the atmosphere. I'm kind of enjoying where the story is going at first, in the first 5-10 minutes. And then when it keeps going, I'm like, okay, I know where it's going. I don't like that. And then it ends, and I'm like, yeah, I knew that was happening. But yeah, it was so unsatisfying. There's nothing satisfying about this film. And when I go to a horror film, I want to feel satisfied and creeped out and stuff, and just something I'll remember in the future. But I won't remember this movie. And then the funny thing is, it's not an awful film. Like, I enjoyed the lead performances, and there's a couple scenes here and there that got some creepiness out of some of the characters and stuff, and some of the dialogue was a little weird and creepy and shit. There's some scenes I can tell some people might actually get scared and creeped out by this film, and I can actually see some people even probably liking it, but honestly, I just found it kind of meh to me. Like, I won't even remember this movie in like a year or even a month from now. Like, it's just, I don't know, I found it just mediocre. Like, I don't know. I feel like people will like it, but I just personally didn't like it. So yeah, there's a good performance here and there. There's a couple like scenes that are creepy shit in it. There's some creepy dialogue and stuff, and yeah, like there's stuff that does work, but honestly, I didn't like the pacing. I didn't like the editing, and I just didn't like the all around plot and where it went, and the twist. I thought it was just very obvious and just predictable. It wasn't scary. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to scare you. I wasn't scared. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give The Prodigy a 5.6 out of 10. Yeah, some people might like it, just I can't personally recommend it. So yeah, that was my review for the movie The Prodigy. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is the most forgettable horror film you can think of? See what I did there? Because you'll remember it because it's forgettable. But yeah, also in the comment section below, are you going to see this movie? If you've seen this movie, what are your thoughts and opinions? Comment below, let me know. And as always for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.